Hey guys and gals. So we had the air track gizmo, and I wanted to make a quick video on kind of addressing some questions that a lot of kids had about how to run the gizmo and what it was looking for and how to find some of the information that weren't too tricky, but there was some information you needed to record on your worksheet. So this is kind of going to be a little bit of an overview on how to use that gizmo. And so I'm actually just going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to take a look at the air track gizmo. So you get into your Explore Learning, you should be logging into it. If you do not log into your Explore Learning, you're going to get a 5-minute counter timer, and then it's going to cut you out after 5 minutes. But if you log into your account, and again, I asked you to use the Boone County username and password. A lot of you did not use your Boone County username and password, so therefore you have to kind of remember your usernames and your passwords. Hopefully it was something common, hopefully something you use a lot at home or somewhere else. And so you log in, you should be able to also click in your class, and you can see the different gizmos that are available that we're going to be using. So today's gizmo is air track. Basically, this is a collision momentum activity, and the idea here, we actually want to start looking into what happens during collisions. And as remember, we were looking at the egg drop. Egg drop is essentially a collision from the egg to the ground. And so first off, just play with this. Click on buttons, see what happens. Click on all these buttons. See what happens when you click on them. And then you'll notice that this button down here has a lot of data in it already for you. And you are going to need to put in some data in some tables, especially in activity A, I think question number 5, you're going to need to put some data in there. So again, you get to kind of play around with these. You can change stuff. Change the masses, change the velocity. You can even change where these guys start. Maybe I'll put it on 4. So this first box here you see is my number 1 box of 4. Is he on the 1? Is he on the 2? Where is this person located? Or the box located? And then you can press the timer. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't do very much because again, my velocity now is moving in that direction. You see that arrow? So maybe you want to change that. Maybe I come in this direction here. Maybe move that 7 meters per second squared. They're going to hit each other, boom, and they're going to bounce off of each other, okay? It had elasticity of 1. So basically elasticity is a bouncing ability, okay? So if I put down a zero, what do you think will happen? They get stuck together, okay? And sometimes they do get stuck together. Notice that it is moving, to the, I guess, your left there. And that's because this one had a higher velocity and it's sending its energy in that direction. It's 7.6 instead of the 6.2. So again, bouncing doesn't bounce at all. And we are going to do some collisions between different type of objects like that as well. And so again, in the activity, you're going to kind of play around with these. You can change these values, do whatever you want with these. And then you can change the mass and make this one heavier. So let's say we max it out here, and we make this one 2 kilograms versus 3 kilograms. What do you think is going to happen when they bounce, when they hit each other? And it's a full elasticity one. That 2 is going a lot faster than the 1 is, right? Because the 1 has more mass, it's going to have more momentum, and it's going to send it to the 2, and the 2 is going to go flying off. Okay. Also, when you look down here, you'll see that we have some values that we were interested in down here. So we have velocity for both. Note that they're both going the same velocity, one to the right, one to the left. And then we have momentum. We got 30, negative 20. So let's kind of, you can add those up, so to speak. We have 10, right? 10 total, 30 plus negative 20. So what happens when I'm done? Okay, so when I'm done, I have negative 18 and 28. Add those together, and I get 10. Conservation of momentum. Momentum has been conserved. I always have. So again, show total momentum right here. You're just adding them together for that. So there's not a lot you can do here on this gizmo. It's supposed to be pretty simple, but you can change the mass, the velocity, kind of see what happens. You can see what happens when they are elastic or not elastic. You also have some tools up here. You can take a screenshot. Got some arrows that you can add into here. Okay, so let's say we want to drag. I want to drag an arrow. So let's say I want to reset this, and I want to show this arrow right here. You can add in. You do all kinds of little things to this gizmo if you're interested. But again, play around with it, have fun. For your activity, though, you're going to be changing these variables. Again, this is the data you really want to be looking for. The whole point of this activity is to show conservation momentum. Again, what would happen, if you did some of these things? What would happen if you had, a really small mass? Boing, see you later. It's gone, right? So just play around with it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.